Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as promised, we're going to be unboxing an 18-inch GlamourOZ doll. Now, I am a little bit spoiled because I already have a GlamourOZ doll that has been unboxed, and this is my second doll. I received this as a gift from my husband for Christmas, and I've been saving her for the next pattern that I'm creating for her. So stay with me till the end of the video because I've actually finished that pattern as of last night, and I'll show you what the second of two GlamourOZ patterns actually turned out to be. She's a beautiful 18-inch fashion doll created by the very talented Jozef Szekeres out of Australia. And this particular doll's name is Elizabet Bizelle, and the actual doll is the Double Cross cover-up. So I'm super excited to share this opening with you, but even more excited to show you a little bit further in the video how posable and fantastic these beautiful fashion dolls are. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, as we get to the unboxing, I did just want to mention really quickly how pleased I was with the ship time of this beautiful doll from Australia to North Carolina. My husband ordered her for me, as I said before, for Christmas, and he ordered in the first week of December, and I had the doll in my hands by December 17th. Now, the funny thing about that was he did not allow me to open it, and I had to wait until Christmas, but that is why I ordered the second doll. So I had one to play with and one to wait for. All right, perfect. And let's get the shipper off. Ah, lovely. Now I've had an opportunity to already look at all the beautiful illustrations on this box because I have the other doll, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You'll notice on the front that it actually indicates that these are the lost 60s Australian fashions from the fashion designer Stephen Moore. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that farther along in the video and give you some references and links in the description below to learn more about these gorgeous dolls. So let's get the top off and see what's inside. All right. Wow. Really, really beautiful, of course, as you can see. What's really impressive to me is this certificate of authenticity. You may or may not be aware that Jozef is also a former Disney illustrator. So this is his actual artwork, and it's absolutely fantastic, and possibly his inspirations for some of these gorgeous dolls. This doll in particular is 28 out of 375. And Elizabeth looks fantastic. This is a gorgeous coat in red and purple with a fur trim, and then her beautiful dress, inspired again by Stephen Moore. So fantastic. I had no idea when I ordered these dolls that it was going to include the additional hands and also a set of flat feet, which I think is pretty unique and original. Some doll companies do that, and some do it as an accessory add-on. And in this case, what a nice gift to receive 3 sets of hands in addition to the original hands, and also have the flexibility of the flat feet and fashion feet. She's packed really, really well. She has netting over her hair, which is gorgeous, blonde hair. And then she's tied very safely and securely into the actual packaging. So let me get those satin strings untied, and we'll see if we can get her out of the box and see how she actually looks. I love her dress. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not one to dress up, but if I was, I would completely think my husband would enjoy this particular dress. Now, she does come with some additional accessories in this small blue box. I'm not sure exactly what they are, so let me grab those out really quick and we'll take a peek inside before we get her feet untied. Let's see, I believe you just take it apart by pushing there. Okay, perfect. So let's get a view inside and see. Here it is. All right, so we have a gorgeous little metallic red clutch, which is cool. And then some fantastic shoes, which are going to exactly match the dress that I made for her newest pattern. And then some beautiful jewelry. So in this case, it looks like a bracelet with onyx and diamonds perhaps, and then some beautiful stones in some long dangly earrings. So let me get those on her later. Let's see how she looks out of this box. Let me see if I can adjust the camera. There we go. All right, so let's untie her feet. very safely wrapped, which is always super important. And some doll boxes I don't actually save because I am a pattern maker, but this is such a gorgeous box that I think I would like to keep it just to honor Stephen Moore and just to review his beautiful fashions for my own inspiration. Beautiful. So she has manicured toenails and manicured hands, and those are red to match her outfit. She's got her little GlamourOZ hang tag, which is cool. And she is actually free of her box, which is great. Okay, hopefully you can see her. Gorgeous. Let me get it a little bit closer picture so you can get a better view of her, and then I'll give you a different angle of her. All right. Absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, she has a really nice neutral skin palette, which is great. Beautiful ruby red lips, applied lashes, which I always love, and I'm totally digging her eyebrows as well. So let me get her stand out, and we got her standing up and get a more full view of what she actually looks like. And a little later in the video, I want to show you actually how posable and amazing these joints are on this particular doll. So let's move to a different camera angle now. All right, so I wanted to show you close-up pictures of each of the things that are in this beautiful doll box and some really nice details of this beautiful doll. So I'm going to try to zoom out and then zoom back into the hands and feet, the jewelry and accessories, and the beautiful lining of this coat, as well as just the details of this gorgeous doll. So if I come in really close here, I want to first look at the pack of hands that you get, as well as the flat feet, which I think are so cool and absolutely amazing. And you get 3 sets of hands. So as you zoom in and really check out what this looks like, let me give you an idea. These are her gripping hands. It's not focused. There you go. The focus is a little bit better. So she can hold her actual purse and different accessories. Here's the other hand to that. And look at those beautiful fingernails. I mean, it's just crazy good. So she's got some more fashionable long finger hands. I think those are pretty neat. And then finally, these are just some straighter finger hands. So when I show you at the end of the video what I made for her, I actually will show you something I did with one of these additional sets of hands that I think make a really cool effect when the doll is actually wearing gloves. So stay tuned to the end of the video to see how you can turn a pair of these hands into the most beautiful gloves you've ever seen. All right, let's move on to the feet. So here's her set of actually flat feet. Let's turn them right side up so you can kind of get a view of her manicure, as well as the fact that she has a little toe separation right here, and that's going to give her the opportunity to wear some flat-footed sandals, which I think is pretty cool. And skipping the doll and going over to her beautiful coat, which I think is awesome. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit on that. Gorgeous coat, you know, has a fur lining and everything. It's purple and red, and then the interior portion is also lined in purple satin. So that's super beautiful. And then here's the jewelry. If I zoom in on the jewelry, one piece is turned there. Perfect. You can see it's a combination of purple and red stones, and then this is actually a little bracelet that's onyx and diamonds, it looks like. So that's gorgeous. Here's what I thought was really interesting and a nice detail is if you look at these actual shoes, they have a little patent leather bow on the front of them, but this is actually a piece of elastic, so you don't have to struggle to get your doll's shoes on, which is something that I often struggle with when I'm dressing my fashion dolls. Those are extremely good looking red shoes. Here's a side view. And then this is her actual clutch right here. So this has a magnetic closure on it, so the clutch does actually open, and then it actually will close right back up. Not sure what she's going to put in there, but something good, I'm sure. So that's the overall view of the accessories that came in the box, minus the doll stand, which I'll talk about in a minute. So let's get a good look at our actual doll. So starting from her head, you can see her beautiful face palette. Wow, she looks even better on this camera. Man, she's got fantastic saran hair. It's rooted. And then this is that beautiful creative dress by Stephen Moore. I'm totally going to have to think of a pattern that's similar but not a copy of this dress. It's absolutely gorgeous. She's got articulated elbows, wrists, knees, and ankles. And you can see here she has beautiful pedicure on her feet as well. So now that we've kind of seen her overall, what she looks like and what came in her box, let me get all of her accessories on and get some photographs of her. I really want to show you exactly why I love this doll, which is she's absolutely and completely posable, and it's going to be amazing. All right, so I have her earrings put on, and I want to just give you a really nice close-up again of her beautiful face. And then as I pan out a little bit, I want to show you how great she looks in this dress. Absolutely stunning. And let me break it a little bit bigger. So I did put her other hand on, which you can see here that she's holding her actual purse, which I think is so cool. Very helpful. It's hard to get them to hold the purses. And then she's got her other bracelet on. So let's go down to those awesome red shoes, which I think are completely gorgeous with those patent red bows right there. And you'll notice that she's standing on a fantastic GlamourOZ doll stand. Now, the thing that's really cool and unique about this doll stand is that it's telescoping at the actual post. So if you need her to be a little bit higher or a little bit lower because she has those alternate feet, then you can go ahead and change the height position of that telescoping stand, which is like actually one of my favorite kind of stands when photographing dolls. Let me give her a little bit of a turn so you can see how gorgeous the back of this dress is. It actually closes with a zipper, which I'm all about some zippers, you know, if you follow my sewing channel. So you have to appreciate that. Plus, this is an extremely well-fitting dress, and that doll stand goes nicely right up into the top of that dress. So here's the beautiful back of her long hair. This is really, really nice saran hair. Love it, love it. Look how pretty that is. And this is actually the back of her dress. Absolutely gorgeous. The detailing on this design is enviable. And that's coming from a girl who sews a lot. You know what I'm saying, right? All right, so that's the back of it. So let me get a couple of pictures with her coat on. And then I actually want to show you how well I can pose this doll with and without the stand. So here she is in her actual full ensemble, which includes that beautiful coat. And I'm just going to try to pan back a little bit so you can get a good view of her. Yeah, that was a little bit too far back, but here we go. So as we get closer, you can just see, it just looks fantastic. Everything about her is just really, really regal. So let me try to give the doll a turn on her stand so you can see a sort of a 360 view of this outfit, which is actually really beautiful. Now, she has got some really gorgeous long legs, which I do not share this in common with her, by the way. But if I did, I'd be super stoked, right? So we can turn her around, and again you see that beautiful long hair and the back of her body. And let's get a little bit closer to see a side view of that face. Just absolutely gorgeous. I am so pleased that I picked this specific doll. She actually exceeds my expectations. I think she's just amazing. So let me get her out of that outfit and show you some of her very, very cool posing features, and then we'll reveal what her second pattern is. So stay with me till the end of the video and we'll get moving right along. One thing that is really impressive about the GlamourOZ dolls is the posability of the actual model. I just want you to take notice while you're looking at these beautiful pictures of this gorgeous doll that her doll stand is actually not under her. She is sitting or standing next to it because she has such good center of balance that she's able to stand with the shoes that she came with in the box. As someone that designs and sews for dolls all the time, one of the biggest challenges I have is to get great photographs of my dolls, and some of them can't even stand on their stand. So this is a huge selling point for me, and I'm so thankful to Jozef for this design. Something I've really noticed over the past several years of being in this profession of selling things for fashion dolls is there's really several different types of collectors. And the thing that's really cool to me about these GlamourOZ dolls is I think that they have something for each type. So if I were to break it up into 3 different categories, I would say the first type of collector is those that are the purists that keep their dolls in the boxes or keep them in the original outfits just to preserve that original artist vision of what that creator actually invented. The second type of collector, I would say, are the people that are in it for the fun. I mean, they want to dress the dolls, they want to put them into dioramas, they want to try different fashions on them from different manufacturers, and then I think that those people really, really enjoy buying different props and things like that. So that type of collector, I think, would be close to what I would say that I am, but I'm actually probably more the third type of collector, which is someone that likes to sew for their dolls. So obviously I know more about those sewers than I do about some of the other types of collectors, but I would consider myself one of all of those types, if that makes sense. The thing that's nice about the GlamourOZ dolls is I believe that they actually can appeal to all those types of collectors. So let me show you a couple quick photographs of actually what you would get if you were collector number 1, which is the guys that keep it all in the box. So these are the beautiful GlamourOZ dolls, and there's a variety of them, up to 10 in the main fashion line, and then some one-offs or some variants, as Jozef calls them. For the second type of collector, I'd like you to stay tuned until the end of the video, and I will show you some picture comparisons with the GlamourOZ dolls wearing a variety of fashions from a bunch of different common fashion doll lines, from Sybarite, Jean Marshall, the Summers and Fields dolls, etc. And when you see how beautifully the GlamourOZ dolls wear those fashions, if you're a collector number 2, then you would definitely want to consider purchasing one of these dolls. And for you all that are the actual sewers that are watching this video to see what the second GlamourOZ pattern is, I'm going to show you that next. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video to see what I did with a set of those extra hands to turn it into those fabulous gloves that you're going to see in these photographs coming up next. I just like to show you guys really quickly how to make some fantastic gloved looking hands with some of the extra hands that you receive with some of your fashion dolls. So in this case, this beautiful GlamourOZ doll came with 4 sets total of hands, but I have more than one doll, so I have duplicate sets of hands in the same skin tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this pair of hands into a pair of black gloved hands. And all I'm using here is a little bit of acrylic paint, and I'm actually just holding it by the post. This is about as easy as it's going to get. And there's nothing more attractive than a beautiful pair of gloves with a fantastic gown. So you can do more than one coat of the acrylic, or you can just do one, and you can always reapply it if it actually comes off. That's how fast that is. Once you have the hand painted, you can stick it into just a little piece of styrofoam to dry, and that way your hand will be ready to go. Let me get that second hand painted. I'm going to let it dry. Once you have your hands created, all you need to do is get a little bit of black nylon and create some gauntlets to go over the top of her wrist and up her arm. All right, well, we made it to the end of this unboxing video, and I hope this really helped you understand what you would be receiving when you purchase a GlamourOZ doll. I first became aware of Jozef's work when I had an opportunity to be interviewed by In the Doll World, and I heard his podcast with that group of fabulous ladies. If you're not familiar with In the Doll World, I'll leave a link to that podcast and YouTube channel below, and I highly recommend that you check it out because it's full of fascinating interviews with doll collectors, doll artists, and just different people that are involved in our hobby in a variety of different ways. Please check in the description below for Jozef's link to to the GlamourOZ dolls. If you'd like to see close-up pictures of those beauties on his website, and also some of the interesting articles that have been written about his dolls and the process that he's gone through in order to bring them to market. I really want to say a special thank you to Jozef for allowing me to do this unboxing video and for sending me this beautiful doll. I'm so thankful that I became aware of him this year, and I hope going forward more people will look into his beautiful fashion lines, and I hope it's just one of many, many additions that he brings out going forward. So thank you guys so much for following me along today. Remember, if you like this type of content, to hit that subscribe button. If you're interested in the pattern that I showed, Reminisce, for the GlamourOZ dolls, it's now available on our website. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.